just feels good, man. Obviously, coming off the bye, I feel like it was very important for us to come out and win and play together overall. Obviously, with bringing in Q, he was very impactful. Love his presence, and overall the defense played lights out.
And how good did it feel to channel the emotions of losing Marshawn and then the memorial and everything before the game, to kind of channel that into something positive to help honor him the right way with the win?
I just feel like we just got to continue to honor him, not just, again, have it 1 week after and because it's fresh. It's easy to kind of forget about things, and I feel like for Marshawn, it's just making sure that he's always like appreciated and thought of, and for everything that he's done, the impact that he's made in 2 years. And yeah, man, it's amazing. Glad we could do that for him.
Obviously, you guys have kind of been up and down as far as the season goes. Offense is doing well, defense maybe not. Defense does well, offense kind of needs to find its groove. But
yeah,
you have a complete dominating win like this. What does it do for the emotion going forward?
Complimentary football, man. We proved that we can do it. We got to continue to do it. And I feel like the name of this game is consistency. Like, who can do it the most and who can do it at the same and play at a high level for the longer period of time, along with staying healthy. So I feel like we're doing a great job. We got a lot of people back, and man, we just getting this thing rolling.
You and George weren't in on the first drive of the game, but then both of you had great individual games. Kind of what went into that?
Man, just stepping up and playing how we play, man. Do what we do. We out there for a reason, and it was fun.
What was the reason for not playing?
I'm not going in depth on that, honestly. I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not.
When you and Pickens are having the type of game you have, it's hard to get other guys some targets, but what can you say about Ryan Floyd taking advantage when he can get his targets?
Shout out Flo, man. I'm happy that he's able to get in the end zone again. I think the second one of the season for him. We got to just keep turning. We got to keep switching the personnel, getting different people in. But GP was balling today.
Just on the most basic level, what does it mean for this locker room 11 days later to win a football game and do it for him?
Playing for him for the rest of the year. We just got to go out there and dominate. We got to go out there and put plays together. We got to find ways to win. We got to fight.
Normally, you guys try to turn the page after 24 hours, win or lose. You guys are coming on a short week now. You got the Eagles coming into Dallas. How quickly do you need to turn this page?
It's over now, and the game over. We on to Philly. I think we got meetings in the morning. We'll get our workout in, and page is already turned, brother.
After your touchdown, Brian Schottenheimer came up and gave you and George a hug on the sideline. What was that moment like, and was that kind of mean to see, that kind of excitement after the start to the game, and then just that relationship?
It's always fun. It's always fun scoring touchdowns, for one, and then it's even better when your head coach is a part of it. So shout out Shotty, man. He celebrates with us regardless, and he always got our back. So appreciate him. For sure, appreciate y'all.
What can that addition do for you guys moving forward, just as a defensive line, when you add a guy like that and what you guys did tonight?
Yeah, it's gonna make the front nasty, and we gotta just keep on, going, and yeah, just keep building off of this, man. It was a great performance from all of us, real, and just playing really good football. So, the physicality, the violence, the effort by all of us, really the whole front today, the ends too. We played really good football.
He said when he was at Alabama, he'd watch film of you because that's how he wanted to learn how to be a two-tech and all that stuff. Yep. One, did you guys talk about that at all, and what does that mean to hear that he was watching you and learning from you?
No, it's awesome, man. He told me about that when he first got here, and just it's respect. I watch him too. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching his tape, and he's a big. My first time playing in the 4-3 was last year. And, he was pretty much the only one I watched. I love how he played the game. He can play the two. He can play every position, for real. So, I got a lot of respect for guys that's versatile, that don't take downs often and can play multiple positions at a high level.
How cool is it that you guys were able to how much did you guys learn from each other even just this week, now being in the same room and knowing that you guys used to watch each other? How much did you learn from each other this past week?
We learned a lot from each other. I think just... football is football. You're going to be put in all kinds of different situations, but if he pressured the quarterback or whatever the case may be, just me, I asked him, what move was he, or what was he thinking here? Play action, his rushes on play action, whatever the case may be. I'm always trying. I love football. I love, to see what guys think. And with Osa too. Osa a very smart player too. So, always pick their brains.
how did all these guys just be able to open up things for one-on-one opportunities? Because if they had to choose who to double team, they're going to leave somebody really good one-on-one.
Yeah, facts. Just our fight down front, man, is just nasty, and yeah, I mean, just what you said. I mean, they're gonna double whoever. We expected to win on the other side, and we did that at a high level today.
Have you ever been a part of a defensive line where y'all can be as flexible as you can, just because you don't have all this talent in the interior and open up things for just the whole entire time?
Nah, I mean, I didn't play with some really good players, but just all three of us, and us just being able to roll and play off each other, and like you said, the fronts that we can get into, and it just not be no drop off depending on who gets in or whatever the case may be. I never played with a front like this, so yeah, I mean, we got to just keep building. It's one game, and we got to come in next week and have a great week of practice, and it's going to be a huge one against the Eagles.
How tough was the task to be able to go out, perform like you needed to play and win with a heavy heart?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely tough. And I mean, the main thing we talked about, all week was just, playing like Marshawn would play, and that's with the energy, the effort, the passion that he would have, brought today. And we all know if he was here, he'd be wanting to play and give it his all. And that's what we had on our hearts today. Just regardless of what the situation is, play like how he would play today.
What was it like playing with this guy right here?
Man, awesome. You're a dog, man. Like I said earlier, I've been a fan of Q, for a long time since he's been in college for real, and to get a chance to play with somebody like this is huge, and it's gonna make all of us better. The front is nasty. I'm loving it.
For me, it being my first game back, probably a little different than other people. Kind of having emotions about everything. Being on the field and the Marshawn. But just being around my brothers, they helped a lot. So I was smiling the whole game, doing what I do, and that's keeping the energy up and running around.
Did you have a brace issue with the brace?
It just slid down.
Yeah.
It just slid down. But it was good. I actually was dang near naked on the sideline fixing it with Britt, but we was good. We got it fixed. We didn't have no more problems the rest of the day.
It was cool for you guys to have Nealon's jersey hanging up behind y'all. I mean, when y'all go and y'all have a big play or a big drive, y'all come off and you're able to see that. Like, what are the emotions around that too?
Yeah, I feel like, it's just to refuel us. We told ourselves, and been talking about it for the last week and a half, and we playing for him. And so if that takes us seeing that jersey on the sideline to remember what we doing, to remember, we still got 2 quarters of football left, and that's cool. But our brother is on the sideline with us, whether it's physical or spiritually. He's there. So having his jersey there, that's the least we can do. But we already know Marshawn is out there on the field with us.
This is the best defensive effort for you guys all around. What do you attribute that to?
Just throughout the week, I feel like we had a great practice, every day. Just stacking the days, especially, coming off the bye, couple new additions on the defense. But it's really just, we played with energy today. We played with fire, and I feel like the whole game, whether they was getting 3 or whether they, drive the field and we were stopping, or whether it was a quick sudden change. We kept the goal the same. That was to keep them out the end zone, do what we got to do to keep them out the end zone. We had ended up giving them 1, but I feel like we played great.
You were going to be intense regardless of what happened, but keep up with the crowd, just the atmosphere seemed like it was pretty lit.
It felt like a home game to me. So when you got that, and that just comes with playing winning football and playing great. When you got the energy out there and the momentum, I feel like the stadium is going to react to that, and today was definitely a home game for us.
As a linebacker, what do you feel like having Quinn Williams in there and Osa and Kenny Clark and those guys just...
It's easy. It's easy. All I got to do is be out there and do what I'm supposed to do. I was talking to Q throughout the whole game. Bo, you ain't got to worry about me. You got me. You got me. That's what he was saying. He was like, I'm telling you, I'm a dog. They going to have to block me, and I'm going to get to the ball, so you going to be free. So, just hearing that gets me excited, because I know it's a linebacker's dream to, play when the guard's not in your face. So when you got guys like him, Kenny Osa, in front of you dominating, for 4 quarters, all we got to do is sit back and look at the quarterback. But the D-line, they controlled that game the whole game.
We kind of wondered what the 3 of them together would be like Quinnen, Kenny Clark, what was it like just to see them play together and what they kind of fed off each other and helped each other with tonight?
It looked like a magic show, As soon as you seen one do something, it was another one. So I feel like they just kept pulling the tricks out the bag. I know A-Dub, he very excited about the room moving forward, and I am too, because when you got guys like that teams got a game plan for, they just can't, they can't bypass those guys. So those 2-3 O linemen, blocking 3 guys, 4 guys, I get to run around and play football.
The national anthem, the cameras kind of caught you. I don't know if you were being emotional, but just can you recall what you were kind of going through, but just minutes away from coming back?
343 days, man, just taking it all in, soaking it all in. I don't take what I do lightly or for granted. So it's a blessing to be out there. So every moment, every second, I get to just, live in a moment and thank God for it. That's what I'm going to do, and that's exactly what I was doing. I got caught. I was singing a little bit of the national anthem, but it's just like that gets me into it. Like, I'm really here.
Coming off this win, what do you think it'll take to beat the Eagles?
One of the things we've been talking about all year is getting 2 in a row, stacking them. So, it's really about the Cowboys. The Eagles going to do what they do, but it's really about what the Cowboys going to do. And I feel like we're going to have another great week of practice once we get back. And we're going to stack them. We know what we fighting for. We know what we playing for. So the only people that can stop us is the Dallas Cowboys.
What were your emotions as a team after winning this game, knowing there was so much on your heavy hearts?
It feels good. It's not going to make, what we dealing with easier, but I feel like it lifts the burden a little bit just knowing, like, what we doing is honoring him. It's not like we're forgetting him, but we're honoring him by doing what we're doing. So when you go out there and you win ball games, you can come in here and have fun, and that's what we want to do.
What was it like for you to be back out there?
It felt good. I've been practicing, but getting in the game, it's a different thing. But shaking the rust off. But when you play with the guys that I'm surrounded with, like, they made my job 20 times easier today. I ain't have to do nothing special. I just have to be out there. So, that's championship defense right there. When you got all 11 guys doing what they supposed to do, you see a bunch of guys making a bunch of plays. So, look, it was easy for me today.
Your thoughts on Quinnen?
He's a dog. And like I said, we was talking on the sideline, and every chance we caught, he was like, "You ain't got to worry about it, nothing, bro. I got you." And I honestly believe him too. So, he definitely take a lot of pressure off of everybody, on the field. DBs, I'm sure they love him too, because he's getting back there, and the quarterback ain't got no time. So the linebackers, when you ain't got guards and centers jumping up at you, and you can read and react, you got a good D-line. So I'm definitely thankful for those guys in front of us.
You ended up scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just special moment, of course. We played for 9-4 today, and that's what we'll continue to do for the rest of the season. He's no longer with us, but he's with us, if that makes any kind of sense. He's with us in our room, in every meeting, in every practice. So.
When you all stepped off the field, knowing everything that you brought into this, what was the feeling?
It felt very good, especially because of the week that we had last week during our bye. It was a tough week for sure. And for us to come together and play complementary football the way we did, I think that speaks to who we are as a team and our culture.
Thank you, Donovan.
Yes, sir.
These defensive tackles, how have they been able to help open you guys on the outside?
You saw it.
Yeah.
You saw it. I would say they helped a lot. They obviously, Q, KC, Osa, they all got back there tonight. Quarterback, we kind of got to do a better job. Me and JD were just talking about it. We got to do a better job ourselves, especially capitalizing on one-on-ones on the outside. But shoot, we see what kind of we see what they can do, and it's going to be a very, very, very special couple weeks.
Did you see more of those one-on-one opportunities tonight?
Yeah, I saw them. I would say not so more or less. We still obviously get chips on the outside, or at least tight end running back presence on the outside, which kind of slows us down a little bit. We kind of got to stay a little bit more tunnel vision, but yeah.
Your coach said Marshawn will be proud with you guys' performance.
For sure.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel really good about that. And because of the type of person, teammate, and friend he was and is, he definitely will be proud. We were running to the ball, we were playing hard, we were celebrating together as a defensive line. He would definitely be proud.
As a defensive player, though, how does it feel to have that type of performance in the field, considering everything that transpired?
It feels really good. We've been talking about it all week. We got to do this thing together. We got, guys got healthy. At the linebacker, in the linebacker room, in the back end, and then we added a pretty good addition on the defensive line. So it feels really good to put a performance like that together. We just got to continue to maintain and carry that through the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Yeah. It's very important for us. And like I said before, he's with us. He's in our team meetings. He's in our defensive line meetings. He's practicing there with us, and he's not going to be forgotten. So it felt pretty good. It felt good. We kind of knew the play. It was a really good play call by Coach Flus, and I was free to the ball, so just make the play. I don't pay attention to any of that. I don't even have Twitter on my phone, honestly. I just want to go ball and do what I can to help my teammates out, get some wins.